Hi, Rob Ragazine here, talking about dreams today. Today, we're talking about recurring dream characters. Now, let's suppose that you're dreaming about a childhood friend. We'll call him Bill, because I like the name Bill. Um, or call it whoever you like, but I happen to like Bill, so that's who we're sticking with today. Now, Bill's showing up repeatedly in your dreams. What does this mean? Does it mean it's time to get childish? Well, no, not necessarily. It could mean it's time to start to tend to the qualities that Bill represents. As an aside, what does it mean if Bill's passed away? We can look at that in later videos, but for now we'll say that it's possible to have a lot of different types of dreams, and having a dream where you're connecting to someone who's passed on is possible, but in general, it's likely that this is just a dream about someone, about this connecting to the power of the symbol within the dream. So it's just a dream for you, and it's talking about something that you need to incorporate into your life. In the dream where you're connecting to those who passed on, you most likely would like to look for signs and symbols in your outer life where you're connecting with that person already. So if that person had a pendant in the shape of a heart and you keep seeing hearts all over, well, then that dream could definitely be them, that person, perhaps your grandparents, communicating a message back to you. Maybe it's time to let go. Maybe it's time to forgive someone in your life. But again, we'll talk about that in depth in another video. For this dream, we're talking about a recurring symbol, and that happens to be Bill. So Bill represents for you many things. Perhaps it's creativity. Maybe Bill was a great artist. Maybe he liked to play hooky a lot. His parents weren't around. They were busy doing other things. So you can look at how you might develop this creativity, this passion for life, this escapism within yourself in a healthy way now. So that might be taking time off for work and heading to the beach. That might be sitting down with your art supplies. You do have them, right? And just drawing and being creative. It might be connecting to what's beneath the feelings about Bill from your childhood. Maybe Bill never felt like he was good enough. So to look at what you feel about Bill showing up in your dreams now. How do you feel in the dream? How do you feel after you wake up? Maybe you feel like you're getting older, disconnected from life. So it's time to connect with that zest for life, that passion, and bring it into your life. Maybe you remember Saturday mornings skipping rocks with Bill. So bring some flat rocks, put them on top of your bureau, and as you pass by them every day, you can remember connecting with that passion with Bill as you spent hours fishing and throwing rocks or doing whatever it is that you did that we can't talk about now. Um, so basically, spending time in memory of all the fun that you had with Bill. Some of it perhaps a little outside the legal system, but that's okay. We're talking about connecting with that passion, that energy, and smiling at how we enjoyed ourselves as children. So to remember that, and the rocks on the bureau could be a good first start to connect with that energy, and maybe then you remember fishing with Bill, and you bring a fish tank into your home with the flat rocks in the bottom, and you can spend time just quietly sitting in front of that fish tank and remembering all the good times, connecting with that energy, and maybe that will inspire you to do something else. Maybe it could be a trip home if you've moved far away to connect with people there and commemorate the past events together and talk about Bill. Maybe he's moved somewhere and no one knows where he is. Who knows? Maybe it is reconnecting with Bill. But ultimately, ideally, it's about reconnecting with that energy that Bill possessed, especially if he's showing up again and again and again. So to look at that recurring symbol as an opportunity to go inside and connect with the energy around Bill. Not necessarily talking with Bill, especially if you don't get along with him now, although that can be an opportunity for forgiving him. It's definitely an opportunity to reconnect with the energy of Bill and everything around that time, so to revisit it in a adult sort of way, especially if you are an adult. If it's only been a short time since you last saw Bill, maybe it's it's an opportunity to look at how you're curtailing yourself and not being as spontaneous as a young person should. But ultimately, we're looking at how we can incorporate that energy into our lives. And the more that you can do, the better off you'll be. And that then the dreams will fade and be replaced by other dreams, of course. So look at how you might do that. And we talked about the rocks. So incorporating the rocks into your life. And then maybe spending some time sitting down with your journal and writing all about Bill and what he brought up for you. And maybe you connect with something you'd forgotten about. Let's look at how you can support. Maybe you remembered, for instance, how Bill always seemed lonely, especially at holidays because his parents either weren't there or were just busy, busy, busy. So to look at how you can tend to that inner Bill now. Maybe it's having a party. Maybe it's going a little level deeper and seeing where you feel unsupported in your life and looking at building a support network. So then you can find a good therapist if that's speaking to you, but also to find groups that can help you tend to that lonely part of yourself and talk to people about it, talk to friends, talk to family. And as you move through midlife, that is something that can happen. But to also look at volunteering and building community and realize that building community is really up to you now. You are the person who mentors, you're the elder. So again, this dream has a lot of context, especially with the age you are now versus the age you were 10 years ago. So with maturity, this dream takes on a different texture. As I mentioned earlier, a younger person might need to look at the dream from the perspective of um, maintaining some of that playfulness in his or her life. And that's still true with maturity, but it's also takes on a texture of wisdom and experience. How can you share your wisdom with the world and to bring that out and to look at Bill as the key to doing that? And he might have seemed worldly for his age, so how do you take that and work that into your life? And that could be through having teaching classes, through joining something like Big Brothers Big Sisters, and being an adult for the Bills of this world now. So I hope that this has helped, and we'll talk more about recurring symbols in dreams later. But for now, I hope you can begin to use this information for exploring your dreams. And remember to have compassion for your dream. It's not labeling you as bad or evil, and it's not making you wrong. It's trying to communicate with you in the way that it can, and dreams communicate symbolically, not in our everyday language. So don't get frustrated when you don't immediately understand it. Spend some time trying to work with it and connect it back to memories like I discussed today. And good luck. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to contact me at intuitionbyrob.net or on Twitter at intuitionbyrob. And I look forward